listening in right now. But no, thank you for listening in. You know, there's all these great radio people. There's Walter Winchell, and there was Orson Welles with there's the Grover Corners, New Jersey is being invaded by Martians, and then there's Rush Limbaugh and Howard Stern and Glenn Beck and Don Imus, and now Gorgeous George.
Well, now, we were just talking. Hey, I'm going to put you on pause there. This is Gorgeous George, in case the people don't know who I am. We were just talking, and we were not transmitting on the radio, so we're going to start again. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. I am Gorgeous George. Been on radio for the past, well, actually been on TV, public access, for the past 16 years. Comedy of sorts, political satire, bathroom humor. That's what the show has been, and we are now testing the waters here on radio at 1450 WCLM and online at WCLMradioonline.com for everybody to know where they can catch the streamline of the show. So I've been in radio before, long time ago, before I was even known as Gorgeous George. I've been in radio. Kevin, you've been in radio before, too?
Yes. For all my friends in Europe, I used to be Colin Morrow on Treble TR Radio in Dublin, Ireland. I was late-night country music guy. I was actually the greatest late-night country music DJ from America there ever was. The only one, but anyway. and then I was in Charlottesville when I went to college. I was also known as Kay Lazar. The classical music, and we had I love radio. I've never been in monorail before. I've stereo. Who needs stereo? We are in monorail, beautiful monorail today.
Right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it is Gorgeous George. We have been in the Richmond area for the longest time. I have been part of the fixture in the Richmond market. Now, once again, we're testing the airwaves on radio. Kind of feel like, kind of brings back to the roots, the voice for radio and the face for TV and the voice for radio. I am what's causing this wonderment for all the people out there in Radio Land. And I wanted to let you all know that we are going to be probably on this vehicle here coming up in the future. I want to give out props to the station manager, Preston Brown, who owns the radio station. Also want to give mad props to Chocolate Chip, AM radio DJ of sorts, operational general manager, and, of course, Roosevelt, who's helping us in the back. Thank you very much for your effort there. I appreciate it. Now, we got a lot to talk about in a short time, as always. Advertising is where it's at. So if you out there on the airwaves wants to advertise with us, you want to give us a shot and advertise if you're in a different market, you can. You could be in the UK and you can advertise. You could be in Zimbabwe and you can advertise. People out there that want to advertise on the Gorgeous George Show, you can. And we will give you information on how to do that in upcoming shows. And we're just, like I said, testing the waters, as we so to speak. And anyway, I want to say that it gives me great, I am excited here. I'm excited to be on radio. We will be back on TV. We'll be back on TV, but now we're on radio. Kevin, how excited are you? How excited are you?
You know what I like about radio? The way we do radio, it's like pornography for the deaf. It's you could just hear it.
That's right.
So anyway, no, we also, like I said, I mean, all the greats in radio. Or there's Orson Welles, and there's Walter Winchell from the olden days, and these days you have Rush and you have Howard Stern, and now you have Gorgeous George. Yes. So here he is on his way.
And half the things you hear from Rush Limbaugh, or actually majority of the things you hear from Rush Limbaugh, obviously is inaccurate. I mean, Rush Limbaugh teaches you how not to think. I mean, that's pretty much the way that goes.
What do you think of Glenn Beck?
Glenn Beck is another horse's ass, but that's my personal opinion.
Glenn Beck is the Mad Hatter at the Tea Party.
Is he?
Yes.
Now, what we're hearing about is the Tea Party taking effect. The Tea Party, trying to get in out there and trying to make a big rigmarole about their taxes. I mean, I like to call them the Tea Bag Party. They're holding the tea. They live some tea bag out there. They call them the Tea Bag Party, because we know how they get bagged. That's obvious.
Yeah, you hear that a lot lately.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, they are a populist movement that is that populist movements, they're great on television, and you like to watch them. If you like to make fun of them, that's one thing. If you actually want to hear what they have to say, that's good too. But they never really go all that far. They're the former Dixiecrats. They're they may hold up perhaps the Republican Party and make them pick someone who's bound to go down in flames if they pick the wrong candidate. I think the Republicans could do fine with Mitt Romney, but Mitt Romney is not one of their big fans.
Right.
You know who their big fan is in the Tea Party.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that she has no chance in where to be even looked at as a serious candidate for the President of the United States. We're going to talk about some issues. We're going to talk about the health insurance passing. Health insurance did pass. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into some other degrees here. But I wanted to let people know that just because we're not on TV and on radio on a regular basis doesn't mean you can't reach out and not talk to us. The Gorgeous George Show website is back on, by the way, www.gorgeousgeorgeshow.net. Everything about Gorgeous George, it's back up for the populace to see. And we're going to go ahead and update the update page because it says welcome to 2009. Obviously, it's 2010, so we got to update that. Also, on YouTube, check out GG on DVD. Everything Gorgeous George related is on GG on DVD, and show name GG Show Rules. That is what we need to look at. All right, we're gonna get into every little thing. I want to talk to the people that might not know who we are. Not to be redundant.
Those poor people.
Those poor people that don't know who we are or not know who we are. I started this doing DJ work back in the late 80s and my early 20s, and we worked on WJDK, which used to be WXGI, a country radio station. I had gotten my first niche in radio on WJDK. It was a pop station doing Casey Kasem's Hot 100, which you can way back when. Then in 91, I worked on Mix 106 under George Valentine, Gorgeous George Valentine. In 1994, me and Magic Matt started the show, The Gorgeous George Show. And that's when we started the show back then. And then things progressed, did more shows. We had live bands, and we used to do a lot of live garage bands, doing beauty pageants, the Miss Gorgeous George Beauty Pageant. And through 94 and 97, we were doing a lot with the show and then doing having bands. In 97, Kevin, was part of the mix. We met Kevin. How I met Kevin, it's on the website, of course. We met Kevin through a street musician, and the street musician said, well, I have someone just for you that would probably add to your show. And at the time, we were getting rid of some other people, and we put Kevin. And Kevin portrayed on one of my live shows as my attorney. And Kevin was my attorney on the live show. And then things progressed. And then throughout the late 90s, we took off, and we did more stuff with the show. And then we progressed into, the new millennium. Magic Matt has been a great part of the show. Of course, then he moved on. Then we've had a cast of thousands. Then in 99, we actually start really going gung-ho on live TV shows. We start doing live TV shows on the public access network. And then we start doing some stuff on Continental Cablevision back then, which is now Comcast. We do live commercial-based TV shows, and we had commercials that were advertised on our show. And so we progressed. So I've been doing this for about 16 years. Been doing the cable access show for 16 years. And we're trying something different now. A lot of people look at the show and think it's a wrestling show. And we think we're a bunch of wrestlers. What I am the man that causes the wonderment for all on TV land. Entertainment, political satire, bathroom humor. And we've carried the cross, carried the torch throughout, kind of now trying the internet, doing things on the internet, and now we're looking into doing more things on radio, and doing things on radio as far as getting people to advertise. So if you want to advertise, if you know who I am, you like to advertise, by all means, you can leave a message at Gorgeous George Show 1 at netzero.com or gorgeousgeorgeshow.net, and we will get back to you with that. Kevin, anything added to that? We're trying to give everybody a upload and give everybody a a pass, the previous stuff of what we're about, and let people know what we're about. Have I missed out anything on that?
No, you've pretty much covered all the bases. Now, at the same time, if we're trying to adapt the same show we do on television for radio, and which I actually like to think that our show is like radio with pictures. So now we're just doing radio without pictures, television without pictures.
That's right.
And so enjoy the show. We're going to, if you're, you may not know, you may not be used to this type of show, but it's a lot of fun, and you could listen and call in. And tonight we're just going to do a lot of talking and about what's going on. And you take it away, George.
All right. Now, like I said, the voice for radio, the face for TV. I am. That's why they call me Gorgeous George, and they call Kevin Crafty Kevin. We are the twosome here that causes this for all. Now, there are a lot. We're going to get into political stuff here in a moment. We have, or I have, and Kevin knows this for a fact, there are a lot of people on the internet that know about us, good, bad, or indifferent. And everybody has their take upon what we do, good, bad, or indifferent. With anything, with fame, there's also notoriety. And there's also people that know me, there's mixed of notoriety and fame and whatnot. And we have some haters out there. And throughout the years, when you build up when you're so-called cocky and arrogant, and people want to project you as a cartoon figure, they don't know who you really are. And I don't, we go with this, and it all started back in 2001, 2002, where we start getting an influx of calls and people, harassing us and on the internet and going through all the other stuff. And then it got to a degree where there were some internet sites out there that would attack us. And I'm going to say this for everybody, everybody's paid their dues. Howard Stern paid his dues. Donnie Imus has paid his dues. Not everybody is going to like me. That's fine, and that's great. I don't care. I am cocky. I am arrogant. People don't like that. That's why people love to hate me, because of that. And ladies and gentlemen, who I am is who I am. What I do on the radio and what I do on TV, is what I do. If you don't like me, you don't like the show, then by all means, flip the channel. That's the way I see it. I have to say this. People, something about arrogance and cocky. I am arrogant, I'm cocky, but I'm confident. And I ain't changing for no one. And I know. And see, when you're an entertainer, you have people that either like you or don't like you. They love you or they hate you. Everybody is a critic. Everybody's a critic. Isn't that right?
Yes. In fact, when I had a radio show, somebody actually said was on the phone, and they were telling me how much they love my show and everything. It was a country music show, and in Ireland, and they said, "Can you want to talk to my wife?" I said, "Yes." He goes, "Yeah, she absolutely hates you. She can't bloody well stand you."
Yeah.
So I hope I changed her mind. So I hope we changed a lot of people's minds tonight.
So we want to let everybody know our history. We'll let everybody know that's never heard of me, who I am and what we do. And the people that have heard of me and know who I am, then by all means, then you already know the history of what we do. Let's get into the political realm here. We're talking about Obama and what Obama has done for us. We're talking about health care. Finally, we're going to get into it. I believe that, and I've always been, and I'm not quite understanding everything because I'm hearing different things about what's going on. I know that if I was president, universal health care would be a major thing, universal health care. But if you pay your taxes, you get free health care. Legalizing marijuana, legalizing prostitution, and legalizing gambling in all 50 states, not just a lottery. In Virginia Beach, go ahead and have your riverboat casino right there in Virginia Beach, legalizing gambling. Why you want to do that? Because there's more revenue. You're paying your taxes are being paid, and there's more money coming in. follow suit to Las Vegas. Now, I know the argument for that is, well, you know, mafia related. Well, if anybody knows, the mafia is they only own 2 casinos. That's the Bellagio, and they have ties to Binion's and Fairmont or Fremont. So if anybody knows about Vegas, Bellagio is the only casino that is run by mafia ties, and then another one in Fremont. That's what I believe. Legalizing marijuana has there's more benefits to marijuana than it is to cigarettes. Ban cigarettes. Now, call me radical. That's what I believe. So if I was president, I would do that. Health care. Universal health care. Now, I'm not, Kevin, we're going to talk to you. We're going to talk and fill us in here because I'm still not understanding what's going on here. I believe that health care, should be people that are indigent, people that are pauper and they can't afford it, and they pay their taxes, they should have health care. Now, that being said, this plan in play is stating that you have to pay a certain amount of money if you don't. Kevin, let me know what I don't know.
All right. Now, yeah, a lot of people thought, I heard this on one of the stations, that after the health care bill was passed, everyone thought was going to clog the emergency room and say, where's my free health care? Where's my free health care? It's not going to work like that. What's going to happen in the next few years is that it's going to be easily available to get cheaper insurance, and eventually everyone is going to be insured. It's, in other words, what you the old saw is that the more the government is not going to come to your rescue because it doesn't want to. It wants you to come to your rescue, which I think is a good thing. So if you can't afford insurance, you'll be able to buy it cheaper, and that's probably by about 2014. Before that, probably your employers will work out some sort of system. Also, if you have a pre-existing condition, that will work. You won't have to be you won't have to be discriminated against. The insurance company can't turn you down, like if you're bipolar or if you have some type of thing that's going to cost the healthcare system a lot of money. Also, there's not going to be any death panels. There's not going to be, hopefully there won't be a lot of unnecessary operations as a result of this. There's not going to be, what's the other thing that people are worried about? But what is going to, abortion is not going to be paid for. You're on your own if you want one of those. But that you're always on your own when you want one of those. In other words, these are all these compromises that were made to get it passed. And then no Republican voted for it anyway.
Right.
Years to come, they're going to be defending this, and there people are going to say, why were you on the wrong side of this? Because 32 million people, no matter what you think, no matter how much money you have, if you're happy with your insurance, nothing's going to change.
Right.
No matter what you think, it was a great day for 32 million uninsured people, so working people.
Well, if you have health care, you already have it through work, or if you have it through whatever means you have it, you're able to keep what you've got.
Yes.
Okay. So this is for the indigent, the poor, the paupers. This is okay. Now, if you don't have it, then obviously you have to pay a couple grand for it.
I don't know how it works. I think
it's $2,045.
No, $2,000 if as a fine, but you could probably get it cheaper. The government came through for us with the digital boxes. People didn't have cable. I have a digital box, and I'm happy with it.
Right.
You always have to pay for auto insurance.
Right.
Those are for people who have cars. Now, a lot of the states are up in arms, including Cooch. Cuccinelli, our Attorney General, is going to say this is a states' rights thing. We don't want the federal government telling us that everyone in our state, which this would be Virginia or any state for that matter, has to buy something from the government.
Whether you want to believe it or not, Lo, the government is in control. The government is in control whether we want to believe that we can deny it all we want till the cows come home. The government makes the call. The government is in control. Now, states' rights, we're going to go back to the Civil War when certain states wanted to secede from the Union and all that, secede from the Union. The bottom line is this is the United States. So we hire these people to go into play to do what they need to do, the senators, and we hire the congressmen to do what they need to do, and therefore that's what the government is for. The government is for to construct and help people. This is not to say that if you already have it, you have it. You're not changing anything. Then if you can't afford it, then they give you means to afford it, and if you don't, then you're penalized. I'm hearing 2014. Is that when this takes place, or what?
2000. Actually, the whole bill goes through, and I have it right here in Newsweek till 2020. It actually has a whole breakdown of all the stuff that happens.
All right, so it doesn't take effect until
2014.
2014 that
Let's
takes
see.
effect.
The uninsured, most Americans are required to get covered or pay a penalty.
Okay.
Families can
Well,
receive subsidies, and it goes on.
I'm not sure if I'm for people paying a penalty. I think that what we need to do is, I mean, at least Obama's got the stones and the cojones to do something about it, as the Clintons tried to do back in the 90s. We know that the Clintons tried to do something back in the 90s, and they were looked at, oh, well, yeah, we don't want to do that. No, we don't want to do that. But the bottom line is something has to be done. Medicaid is for the elderly people our age in the 40s and 50s, should have some form of health care. Whether you're able to, you know, if you can afford it, then great. If you can't, the government should give it to you. I think the government should give it to you. If you pay your taxes, you're a law-abiding citizen, and you pay your taxes. Look at that smirk on your face. What's so funny? You all right?
Because I think that Medicare and Medicaid already does that in America.
Medicaid.
I mean, a lot of people
no.
complain about it, but it's not
Medicaid
universal.
Does not
It's
do
only,
it for people our age.
Yeah,
They do it
no.
for elderly people, not people our age and in our middle ages.
In fact, people our
So-
age, the young people in our
No.
20s, they are the uninsured people,
Yeah.
and they tend to only go to the doctor when they're sick, and they pay through the nose for it.
Right.
Now that the risk is,
Well, Go ahead.
most people pay for insurance near the. I mean, what how's it go? Something like 80% of all the insurance expenses you have is the last 2 or 3 months of your life.
Right.
That kind of tells you something, and you can live. And this is no matter how long you live.
Right.
And so now the young people are going to shoulder some of the risk, which I think is a good thing.
Well, here's the deal. Here's the deal, Kevin. This is what I don't like.
Yes.
You got Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay, they're the big cojones. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. Okay, they keep you to have you're perfect, you're healthy as you can be. All right, and then they want to go up every freaking year. Every freaking year they want to go up on you. Okay, to me that's much malarkey. There ought to be. I mean, once again, if you pay your taxes, you should have health care. You should have universal health care if you paid your taxes. That's the bottom line. And there's no benefit in what I'm saying. There's no benefit in helping people our age. There's no benefit in helping people our age that can't afford it. Now, if I'm hearing you right, because I mean I'm hearing different things about what Obama's doing. Yeah, give Obama credit for doing something. But being a liberal and being a Democrat, I'm still unclear about exactly what. So I mean, if you can't afford it, then that means then you're going to be penalized for it. See, now I don't think we should be penalized. I mean, I think that it should be constructive to help people and help people to be able to afford it, not try to penalize people. I think that's the negative thing there.
In the year 2014, employers, forget about people, businesses with 50 or more employees must provide coverage or they will pay a penalty.
Okay.
So if you have a job with a company, they may just have 49 people there.
Okay, so small business people then need to pay for it.
But they'll get tax breaks if they get
tax breaks.
I mean, everything is. I think how it works is this is probably the best thing America can.
All right. So
do.
the onus then is on the small business people, the business people, not necessarily on the actual taxpayer.
Yeah, everyone has a job, or everyone should.
Well, I mean, what I'm
job.
saying is making it structural for every business place to do that.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. I think that at least where something's being done, but I don't know if I necessarily agree to every length of it. I don't know if I agree to every degree that it's being done. I think that something's got to be done, but how it's being done, I think that. I think it ought to be free. I think call me crazy. I think it ought to be free to people that are in that status, pauper and Indian status, as long as they're paying their taxes. Now, you Canadianized, socialistic, or whatever, so be it. So be it.
Well, everyone really would like that. I mean, everyone certainly the politicians who voted for it would like that, but it's probably not going to happen. It's not going to happen in a rich country like America. We're still a young country, and those other countries that have it have have worked their way towards it. They probably had something like this and whatnot. There was a time only rich people had doctors, the king.
Right.
And and then they worked it out. Well, maybe the rich people that aren't the king, and
Well,
then maybe the middle class people,
right.
and then the serfs and the.
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
but
we're
getting it
working
back
that way
down
in
to what
America,
we're trying to say, Lou, is that there needs to be, and the battery went out. That's fine. There needs to be affordable health care. If what Obama's doing is making it affordable without, I don't know, penalizing, people don't want to be penalized. People do not want to be penalized. I think that if Obama made it affordable, then therefore that should outweigh the, I guess the wording of it confuses me a little bit. So I guess making it affordable for people that make X amount of money in a certain year, then I guess that would work then, and be able to say pay X amount of dollars per year and not having it go up every single year. Perfectly healthy, not even using it, and yet it still goes up. That should not have to be the case. All right, this is the Gorgeous George Show at 1450 WCLM Radio. You can check it out on WCLMradioonline.com, on the net, hosting the net, on the net, all over the world. Paris, the UK, Rome, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Miami, hell, we're everywhere, and that's the way it should be. And we might just be in your living room tonight. We might just be blessing you with our voice right now, coming in your living room and saying, "Ooh, I want to heal you, because it's just the way I want. I want to sound like Mickey Mouse. I want to come over there, Josephine, and heal you. Ooh, let me blow warm air where it hurts." Yes, I am controversial, ladies and gentlemen. That's me. Crazy, but heart of gold. Now, I want to, we've touched some things here. I've got some proud moments that I've done, donating money. We've donated money before through advertisements in the past to the Massey Cancer Ward. We have always donated money to the American Cancer Society and the Massey Cancer Ward. We've done a lot of things with this show. A lot of people can think what they want and have their own perceived conceptions about what I do and who I am, but we have been out there, and we've been for the community in the past. Back in '97, to preempt to what we were talking about before, Howard Stern was on Sirius Radio. He was on a local radio station called WMXB, and it was like Mix 106. Well, actually, no, it was WVGO FM. And Ukrops, the grocery chain, back in '97, tried to tell the advertisers to take away from advertising. They were trying to discourage people from advertising on the Howard Stern Show. Therefore, yours truly, back in '97, got on a campaign kick and had over 2,000 signatures to try to get Stern back on FM radio. And back then, this is before, the internet. Well, the internet was still there, but it wasn't as big as it was in the '90s as it is now. And there was no such thing as Sirius Radio. And then yours truly got a bunch of signatures to get Stern back on, to no avail, because ABC Productions didn't allow that. Didn't want him back on the new radio station. So that was something that was really messed up. But yours truly was on that kick. I have been very much into freedom of speech. I am for freedom of speech. But though when it comes to people trying to steal things from me, then there should be copyright laws in play. And we're going to get into that in a moment. I want to also address some people out there. One of the proudest interviews I had, interviewing Miss Susie Quattro back in 2008 in Miami Beach, Florida. That was a proud moment for me, interviewing Susie Quattro. And very engaging, very delightful woman. And I hope she's listening tonight. Thanks very much for the pleasure of meeting you. Big fan, and I appreciate it. Anyway, so we got that adjusted there. Cool. All right. Now, there's a lot of things that are going on the internet. We're gonna shift gears here, and I'm gonna touch upon this. I don't really want to spend too much time on this, but I'm gonna let it be known. We all are people. I guess we're somewhat studio celebrities, if you will. We have a following, but it gets to be a degree where we've talked about this before, where we have a lot of naysayers, a lot of negative haters out there. Now, Kevin,
oh yeah,
let's address that right now. Let's address this.
I can't believe that there are people that don't like this show.
Okay. Let's get like
Alvin
Iverson's mother said. Let's keep it real. No, let's keep it real here. Seriously.
Can't imitate anyone else
Can't imitate
on the
anyone
radio.
else.
That'd be Paul Harvey. A day?
Good day.
Trying to get all the radio people.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's
Now
get
that you've
into
joined the pantheon.
it all started in 2002, and we're not going to even really get into it. Where we were the center of attraction, so to speak, and being attacked relentlessly on the internet. And we fought that off. And in 2004, we had some VCU kids that thought that they were hot stuff trying to come on the radio, trying to come on the TV station. And little did they know that we happened to be not on. And the public access manager and I had talked to the public access manager of what was going on, because we were seeing the stuff, viewing the stuff on that crap site. And we're not going to even name what that crap site is. They planned to go to the studio and bang on the studio to try to get our attention and try to come on the air, 50 of them. Well, little do they know that these people, I was about 2 blocks away, sitting, seeing everything happen. Proud day. Called the RPD. And when the RPD came, and I walked out, I said, folks, it's time to leave. And they went bye-bye. RPD took them away and told them to leave the premises. That's a proud, proud day. Once again, people not even knowing who we really are. You know, the people don't know who we are. They want to base things and make up fallacies about me. Okay? And I want to bring up something here. Okay? I don't, you know, when it comes to defamation of character and slander, you know, there are some concerns. Okay? When people want to go and defame somebody and slander, you know, you best believe that there's going to be a fight on their hands. These people don't know. They make up stories about whatever. Okay? Now we get into what we call the new attackers. And these new attackers have gone ahead and hacked into my computer. They've gone ahead and done all this stuff, hacked into my computer, made death threats, impersonating me, and doing all this stuff. And we're going to get into all that.
They've even written letters or things that they claim I've said, and I didn't say those things.
That's right.
in my voice.
Kevin, please, by all means, address this.
Yes, there's George and I have been friends for years, and they're trying to like foment some sort of trouble between us, which makes for good radio and all. And they kind of write things in my voice, sort of like I think there are things written by that Andy Rooney said he didn't write, and George Carlin and Jay Leno, which they sound. And one thing that was written, I refer to someone as dude. And everyone who knows me knows I never call anyone dude. Who am I, the Big Lebowski? I call people pal all the time. I learned that from Jackie Gleason.
Right.
But in other words, it might be entertaining on the internet. You may have a lot of fun on the internet, but don't believe half of what you read on the internet.
Right. Let me just say this here. You know, there are when you get into someone's real world and you start getting into someone's real world, whether they're a celebrity, whether they're a politician, I understand in the way that when you bring yourself into this, of course you're going to be attacked. You're going to be putting yourself there out on the limb. But believe me when I say this to you, when you get into someone's real world, there could be some havoc being caused. There can be some circumstances that can be taken care of. Let me let you know something. And I'm not going to get into all of this. I'm just going to say this right now. Hacking someone's computer, leaving stuff in someone's mailbox, that's a felony. That's a class action felony. And you leave disgusting sexual drawings in someone's postal mailbox, you're going to do some time. And that individual, my friend, you will do some hard time for that, because that is being right now, that is being under investigation. And for the person out there that thinks he's scot-free, okay, there are the state police. They're investigating everything. Things are going out, okay? Hacking the computer, doing what they did on the website, calling my number, posting that stuff. That is misdemeanors. You will pay for that. Best believe that. And now the situation about the show. People stealing stuff of my show. Okay? Let me educate you all for 1 second. Copyright is a fixation. When you play something repeatedly, over and over again, that is fixation. That is copyright. Therefore, my image, my likeness, my being is on these items. Therefore, I am the one that calls the shots for what is played on YouTube. I am the one that decides what show of mine goes on YouTube. No one else than George Alexander Yared himself, who is me, who is I. Nobody else but Gorgeous George. So, copyright infringement, best believe it. Copyright infringement, that's what it is. And we're going to get to the bottom of this one way or the other, and we're going to resolve this situation. Because when you go into someone's private world, you're going to have some repercussions. When you deal with someone's private world, you will deal with the repercussions and the circumstances. I guarantee you that. And I don't want to give. I've had a real hard week. Okay, I've had a real hard week. I'm dealing with a lot. Okay, people want to dig up my financial records. Okay, yes, I'm going through a bankruptcy. I'll say it right now. I am going through a bankruptcy. Okay, Donald Trump himself has been through 4 bankruptcies. The man's worth lots and lots and lots of money, multi-trillionaire, and he's gone through 4 wives, and he's gone through 4 bankruptcies. Yes, yours truly is going through a bankruptcy. But what you don't understand is I am an entrepreneur. I sell advertising. I do what I do. I'm an entrepreneur, and I do my thing. I'm an entertainer. So I have different irons out there. I got different irons out there. I have different things out there for the populace. Okay, I'm a multifaceted, multi-talent, wear different hats. Okay, but foremost, I am a private person. And when you cross that line into someone's private world, you're asking for it. When you cross that line in someone's private world, you're asking for major problems. Now, I don't want to, people are probably saying, what is this all about? What's going on here? I have to address this. I have to say this to the people out there. Okay? Now, it's been a hard week for me. It's been a real hard week. My mother has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So, yes, it's been a real hard week for me right now. She has Alzheimer's, and, and what can you do? All you can do, I guess, things test you to a certain degree. There's all kinds of things that happen, and people test you. And this is one way of being tested, I'm being tested. But my character is the same. I'm the same as I was yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I'm not a fair-weathered friend. If I say something, I'm going to say it. I speak my mind, I hold my ground. I don't back down. Kevin?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry for all
Yes.
troubles, and we'll do what we can to get through all of this.
That's right.
Terrible. It's terrible. Yes, and so and these chumps, they love destroying. They're people who create and people who destroy. We try to bring some happiness and some joy and some news to
That's
people.
right.
And
I have nothing to hide. But my personal business needs to be personal. That's why I have the right to do what I want. The courts screwed up. The court screwed up by not putting a seal on my personal documents. That's my, I asked for a seal. Okay. Mm-hmm. Some of the laws and the laws that are made, Kevin, are messed up and screwed up. Doesn't change me for who I am and for what I am, because I stand my ground. I don't back down.
Hear, hear.
And and adding to that, and I just have to say, people like to attack, especially in the spotlight, especially if you're in some kind of arena You know, there's a critic. There's always a critic. Okay? But I don't care. Like I said, I have nothing to hide. But I can choose what I want. And I can choose, you know, and I can choose what I want to be said, you know, and what needs to be said. There is no need for people to know personal business and personal information. The courts dropped the ball big time. That's all right because it's being appealed. And it's going to be appealed, and there's some perjurers out there that are going to feel my wrath because they're going to be exposed for perjuring themselves. Yeah. And they know what they're talking about, and they know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
You know what a critic is, George? The definition goes back to Roman times. He's the eunuch at the orgy.
That's right. That's right. Request lines are open. Okay.
You know, I think the show is winding down right now. Let me tell you that this will be on YouTube in probably a week or so.
Yeah,
a couple
right.
of weeks
that's
ago,
right.
probably in its entirety, in probably 10, 20-minute installments. And also, I think it looks pretty good. We're actually videotaping this. It actually looks sort of like what you would see on C-SPAN.
Right. That's right.
In the middle of the night, a book talk. So if you want a $10 transcript, send it to the...
That's right.
That's right.
And we want to also say the 2009 DVD set will be out soon. We're not going to be on public access until September.
Right on.
We'll be on public access in September. Now, some people out there still don't get what we're doing. Some people have never even heard who I am, don't even know who I am. I am pretty much, I'm the Omega. I'm the Aretha. I am the God of them all. Woo, baby, woo. I want to rub that Brillo pad in that special place and make you go, woo, baby. Yes, I am the man. I am the Mac, and I am what's causing all this for all the ladies out there. Woo! Yes, I can't get any louder than that because I'll bust the speaker here. But, you know, so people still don't know what we're about, but I am the crazy white man. I am that crazy white man out there. And if you all want more, all you fans out there, all you newbies out there, newbies have seen me on TV and want to be healed by the healer, you know, want to be healed by Gigi. By all means, we want to heal you. What are you talking about, man? I didn't listen to you on the radio and you sound like all sort of crap, like shit. What are you talking about, man? I got no teeth and I'm sitting here listening to you. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. You're talking about religion and you talk about yourself. You are cocky. You damn right I'm cocky. You're cocky. Yes, I'm cocky, and I'm proud of it. I'm cocky and confident, baby. And that's me. You don't like it? Tough. Don't watch. Don't listen. And you people out there for the hearing impaired, you know, if you can't understand, say ba-ba. 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 Kevin?
Yes. Yes, this show is really, like I said, pornography for the blind.
And for the hearing impaired, yes. And if you don't like what we say, we'll repeat it for you on DVD and CD. That's right. And now, I don't know. You know, we were supposed to take phone calls, or we don't need to take phone calls. I'm paying for it, so I don't need to take phone calls. It's my world. Yeah. But I did promise someone that we could take phone calls. One person out there. But then again, we've lost track of time. But that's fine. It's been a really humbling week, Kevin. It's been a really humbling
I got to
week.
tell you something about. I said something earlier to which, I didn't mean to. I hope you didn't take it as an insult when you said Obama passed health care, and I said finally. Now, when I said that, I didn't mean that we were coming to that. He hasn't really. He's been putting all his effort into health care, and now now that he's got that behind him, he could probably work on jobs and the economy and the defense and the war in Afghanistan and all these other things we've been waiting for him to do, which I am confident in the next 2 or 3 years he shall.
Let me say this here. I think Barack is going to get a second term. Barack will get a second term for the simple reason because there's nobody else there on the other side that's going to have any chance in hell to beat no chance in hell to beat him. You look at what's out there. There's nobody out there that can probably contend or probably has a chance to even beat him. Sarah Palin, no. And I'd like to know something. How come if Sarah Palin's email is hacked into, they'll jump on that. The feds will jump on that. But someone like me or you, they don't care about. Sarah Palin, they'll drop their drawers and go over there and the feds and all that will get it intact. But someone like us, that have had computers hacked into. They don't care. The police force, I'm telling you, internal affairs, you best believe it. Internal affairs, you know what I'm talking about. They have got a copy, and they're going to know about it. Best believe it.
Are you, did you run for vice president yourself?
Excuse me?
Did you run for vice president yourself?
I didn't run for vice president. I don't care.
That's why they came to attention.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't frickin' matter. I am who I am. We should have we put our pants on the same way. You put your pantyhose on the same way.
Yes, let me tell you something.
So,
Let me tell you something.
But by the way, is that support? Is that sheer? Do you wear your stockings?
The egg, yeah.
The egg shell?
Let me tell you something. Donald Trump and I are not all that different. We both put our pants on one leg at a time, except he gets to take them off more often.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know if y'all keeping score. Like my boy Ric Flair would say, there's Space Mountain, and I'm telling you, ladies, if you ever want to go to Space Mountain, you know what time it is. No Scooby-Doo here. All about that long ride called Space Mountain. We got 3 minutes left here, so we're going to do that. So, but yeah, this is interesting. We're in the heart of the heart and soul here at 1450 WCLM. I mean, they've heard of us before, but they didn't really know what we were capable of doing.
It's a great area. I mean, right across the street, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's really good. And down the street, there's
Harlan. Yeah, actually,
all the good restaurants are here.
Let's have a quick seance for Harlan Sanders. Harlan Sanders. This was Harlan Sanders. Come down to KFC and get some chicken. Finger licking good. I'm the corpse of Harlan Sanders. I'm an old man. I need some loving tender care. Come by and we'll get plump your chicken breast for you. And also, see the corpse of Harlan. You'll be finger licking good with Harlan Sanders.
I once met the Harlan Sanders, Colonel Sanders.
Yes.
And I was so happy I licked his fingers for him.
Did you? Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Now, you didn't know where those fingers were.
I did.
He could have had his fingers in his pants. You didn't know where they were.
Also, I see there's a Texaco station across the street. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah. Most time, the key has been given to a number of people.
Okay. Well, anyway. So we're glad to be here on 1450 WCLM. Once again, Preston Brown, I appreciate it, and Chocolate Chip. We do appreciate the time. We're testing the water, so to speak. We might be back on like a rash. They ain't no getting over me. It's like that rash. You got to put all the hot water on there and the heating coolant, and we still move around your body. Tell you what. Anyway, that's 9:29. I guess we're gonna. It's been real. And Kevin, you got something to say?
Check out, like I said, GorgeousGeorgeShow.net. You'll find out all about us, and also GG on DVD on YouTube.
That's right.
And you'll find clips of the show and get to know us.
Yes.
You'll love us.
To know me is to love me. That's right. That's what they say. And there ain't no getting over me. There's one Mona Lisa, one Leaning Tower of Pisa, and there's only one Gorgeous George. Believe it or not. We might be back soon, so stay tuned. Woo! Woo!